Ivana Trump was a woman who lived a life full of adventure, glamour, and determination. She was known as a model, businesswoman, and skier, author, and the first wife of Donald Trump, who later became the 45th President of the United States. Her journey was not always easy, but she always showed strength, style, and ambition. Ivana Trump was born as Ivana Marie Zelníčková on February 20 in 1949 in the town of Zlín, which was then part of Czechoslovakia, today known as the Czech Republic. She grew up in a country that was under communist rule, where opportunities were limited and life was often strict. Her father, Miloš, worked as engineer, and her mother, Mary, was a telephone operator. From an early age, Ivana was very athletic and talented. Her father encouraged her to try sports, and she quickly found her passion on skiing. Skiing gave her discipline, confidence, and the chance to see bigger world beyond her small hometown. From her teenage years, Ivana had become a very skilled skier. She even trained with Czechoslovak national ski team and dreamed of competing in the Olympics, where she never became an Olympic champion. Her love for skiing played a big role in shaping her early life and later gave her opportunities to travel abroad. Ivana was not only athletic, but also smart. She studied at Charles University in Prague, where she focused on physical education. Her education gave her a knowledge of sports, health, and discipline, but she also had a strong interest in fashion and beauty. By the early 1970s, Ivana began working as a model. Her tall figure, blonde hair, and striking looks made her stand out. Modeling allowed her to travel outside the communist Czechoslovakia, something that was very rare at that time. She worked in Canada and other countries, where she started building an exciting new life for herself. In the early 1970s, Ivana married an Austrian ski instructor named Alfred Winklemer. This marriage, however, was not for love. It was a practical way for Ivana to obtain Austrian citizenship, which made it easier for her to leave communist Czechoslovakia and move freely in the West. The marriage ended quickly and gave her the freedom she wanted. She eventually settled in Canada, where she continued working as a model and ski instructor, living in Montreal. She learned English and French, adapting quickly to her new surroundings. Canada gave her independence and the first step toward the international lifestyle. In 1976, Ivana visited New York City for a modeling job. During that trip, she met Donald Trump, a young and ambitious real estate developer. Donald was charming, confident, and already wealthy, and the two quickly became a couple. Just 1 year later, in 1977, Ivana and Donald got married. Their wedding was glamorous and marked the beginning of one of the most famous power couples in the 1980s. Together, they became symbol of wealth, success, and high society in New York. Ivana and Donald had 3 children together. Donald Trump Jr. was born in 1977, and Ivanka Trump was born in 1981, and Eric Trump was born in 1984. Ivana was a very devoted mother and always tried to raise her children with discipline and ambition, much like how her father raised her. But Ivana was not just a wife and a mother. She played a big role in Donald Trump's business empire. She worked as executive in the Trump organization, helping to manage big projects. For example, she was deeply involved in the design and management of the Trump Tower in the New York City and the Trump Plaza Hotel. She also served as the president of the Trump Castle Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. Ivana was smart, stylish, and hardworking. She was often seen in the media as the perfect partner for Donald. Together, they appeared in magazines, newspapers, and television shows, becoming a symbol of wealth and success in America during the 1980s. While Ivana and Donald seemed like a perfect couple in public, their marriage faced many challenges. By the late 1980s, rumors spread that Donald was having an affair with Marla Maples, a young actress and model. In 1990, Ivana and Donald went through a very public and messy divorce. The story was covered everywhere in the media. People around the world followed the details of their separation, making Ivana a household name. Despite the pain of divorce, Ivana came out of it stronger. She received a large financial settlement and used it to build her own business. Many admired her for her strength and independence after such difficult time. After her divorce, Ivana stepped out of Donald Trump's shadow and created her own identity as a businesswoman. She launched Ivana Inc. and Ivana Haute Couture, companies that sold clothing, jewelry, and beauty productions. She also wrote several books, including her memoir, Trump, The Inside Story, and novels like For Love Alone and Free to Love. Those books mixed her personal experiences with fiction and advice, showing her flair, storytelling, and business. Ivana also became a popular figure in television. She appeared on talk shows, reality programs, and even launched her own lifestyle brand. She promoted her image as glamorous, independent woman who had suffered heartbreak and built her own success. Ivana's life after Donald Trump was colorful and full of changes. She married twice more, Riccardo Mazzucchelli, an Italian businessman. In 1995, the marriage was short-lived and ended in divorce, and then married Rossano Rabiconde, an Italian actor and model, in 2008. The relationship was also rocky, and they divorced in 2009, though they remained close friends afterward. Even though these marriages did not last, Ivana often said that love and companionship were important to her. She also enjoyed traveling, spending time with her children and grandchildren, and maintaining her glamorous lifestyle. One of the proudest parts of Ivana's life was being a mother. She raised Donald Jr. and Ivanka and Eric with discipline, love, and strong values. She often said, "I raised the kids. Donald was making the business deals, and I was making the kids into good people." Her children often spoke about how much they respected her. Ivanka, in particular, mentioned that her mother was her role model for strength and independence. Ivana stayed close to her children throughout her life, attending family events and celebrations. In her later years, Ivana enjoyed quieter but still glamorous life. She spent much of her time between New York City and Europe, especially France and Italy. She loved fashion, fine dining, and social gatherings. Even after Donald Trump became President of the United States in 2016, Ivana remained a public figure. She gave interviews about her life and even joked that she was real First Lady, since she had been Donald's first wife. Sadly, on July 14 in 2022, Ivana Trump passed away in New York City townhouse at the age of 73. Her death was sudden and shocked many who admired her. The cause of death was an accidental fall down the stairs. Her children and family honored her life with love and respect. She was buried in Bedminster, New Jersey, at one of Donald Trump's golf clubs. Ivana's legacy lives in her children, her books, her business ventures, and the image she created as a strong, stylish woman who built her own path in life. Ivana Trump's life story was one of determination, glamour, and resilience. From a small town in communist Czechoslovakia, she rose to become an international model, a partner of one of the most famous marriages in America, and later a successful businesswoman in her own right. She faced challenges, including a very public divorce, but she never let them define her. Instead, she used her intelligence, confidence, and style to build her own identity. She will be remembered as a woman who loved her children deeply, lived boldly, and left behind a story that inspires others to overcome obstacles and create their own success.